Welcome to Singletrack Session number 92 here with the Trail Manners podcast, again at Grant Studios here in Ogden, Utah. Big show today, lots to talk about. Pulled a lot of results from last weekend.
Oh, was there a race or two?
A couple, and I didn't have them all. There's just too many. So I just kind of did some big ones and even giving out some love to the Beast Coast this week.
They'll like that.
But we just had our last Tuesday podcast, episode 115 with Preston Wood. Mm-hmm. So we've been off that for a while. We had Preston on the show. Fun show, great guy. Still crazy to think he was an offensive lineman up around the 300 bills.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And then I did a side note because during the show, we talked to him the day before Squaw Peak. He says, you have a goal of going under 11 hours.
Right.
He ran like 9:37 or 57. I don't remember. It was under 10.
It was under 10.
Yeah. And I don't remember off the top of my head, but we posted it. He's ready for Western.
He is ready.
I think that's pretty good. 50 more miles after Squaw, he'd be good to go.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, negative split that.
Oh, that is a lot of pressure, Preston.
But yeah, so it was a fun show. Hope you had a chance to listen to it. If not, head back to episode 115, have a listen, and see what Preston had to say, and we'll get him back on the show hopefully soon after Western States so we can, relive the blow-by-blow account and why it's still fresh and his blister's still hurt. But also this past week, we did something out of the norm for us. We went on a group run.
We did.
On Monday, right? Was it Monday? Tuesday. Monday. Tuesday. Monday or Tuesday.
Well, we went on one last week.
That's what I meant. Yeah, last week.
Then we kind of went on one again this week.
Yes.
Kind of.
Yes. Yeah. So, last week we went on a run for our local ambassador of fun's birthday run.
Yes.
We met some new people.
We did.
Which was nice. So we ran with Blake. It was Stephanie Gardner's birthday. Mandy, Aaron, Tara, Daisy, Lindsay were some of the people that we ran with. Just did a jaunt up Malins. Mm-hmm. Had a good time. Running with some different people. Kind of got that whole conversation vibe going.
Right.
Where there's people talking on the trail, which usually it's just me and you.
Yep. It was nice to sit back and just listen.
Yeah, for a change, huh? Mm-hmm. But it was a lot of fun. So thanks for the invite to the birthday bash. We missed the National Running Day run yesterday with the same kind of group with Stephanie organized, but
right.
It was early at 5 a.m. It comes early, and you've got puppy problems.
I got puppy problems. Yeah, he's wearing me out, man.
So Joel didn't get a puppy; the puppy got Joel.
Yeah,
that's kind of how it worked out.
I'm pretty sleep deprived at this point right now.
Yeah. We were on at 5, and Joel's like, "Yeah, I'm just getting some more sleep today."
Yeah, exactly.
Let's hit some races. There's a few other things to discuss as we go down, but there's a lot of races, pulled some results. There's some that we were missing that I couldn't find as of launch of the show. But let's start off with the Beast Coast.
Okay.
Little love back there. The Old Dominion 100 was going on in Virginia. One of the old timers.
That's an old race.
That's an old race. Let's start with the women. Michelle Leduc was 2018. Mary Beth Strickler, 2025. And I don't know if I got a typo here. Bebo Gao, 2113.
Go with that.
I'm going to go with that.
Yeah.
Kind of sounds like a Lord of the Rings character, maybe.
I like it. Maybe she's from New Zealand.
That'd be awesome. On the men's side, Olivier Leblond, 1701. John Anderson, 1912. And Steve Campbell, 1926. Again, Old Dominion 100, so Olivier, I guess Olivier. It's not Oliver, so I'm going with Olivier.
Yeah. It sounds fair.
1701.
That's fast.
Could have been look cooler if he'd went 2 minutes faster, though.
Yeah.
Sub 17.
I know.
So
he's probably kicking himself.
He's like, gosh, dang it. I only won by over 2 hours.
Right.
I could have picked up the pace. Then we get closer to us, Golden Gate Dirty 30, which is picking up a lot of steam. And this is pretty crazy when you keep going down the list. And I know some of them are the winner of this race, 19 years old.
He looked like he was 19.
He's out of Idaho, and he won the Quad Rock 25-mile race. Jackson Brill. He ran the race in 4:36.
Watch out. Jackson is our next up-and-coming guy.
Right?
Yeah.
And, some of the names, second place, he beat second place by 10 minutes.
Right.
The guy you've heard of, Chris Mako.
Right.
In 4:46. And then there was a third and fourth. There's a video online.
Looks good, huh?
There was almost a dive to the finish. They kind of crossed up.
Yeah.
One guy went down.
Right.
Brian Condon in 4:51 was third. And here's some notables, though. I mean, just to give you an idea of the times. And Jackson, Timothy Olson was 8th in 5:11.
Right.
Adam Campbell 17th in 5:54, and name from the past, old Nicky Clark, 18th in 5:54.
Oh, I didn't even think he ran anymore.
I know, right? So it's kind of fun to go down and see some of these names on there, and I just bring them up because they're names we haven't heard in a while, and just gives you a little more of that 19-year-old Jackson Brill just killing it.
Yeah.
Golly, 4:36. On the women's side, Madeline McKeever, 5:30, Emily Hanna, 5:42, and Michelle Highland, 5:54. Then we get closer to where we're at. Scout Mountain Ultras.
Yes.
Lots of races, good times. It was the first year for the 100-miler.
Right.
So this is the inaugural race, so these are all course records.
Yes.
On the women's side, okay, been on the podcast, Sylvia Greer, 28:02.
Right.
Lindsay Russ, 30:17, and Michelle Lance, 30:39. So course record, 28:02, ladies, for the Scout Mountain Ultra 100-miler. On the men's side, course record, 21:36, set by Matthew Zabriskie. Second was 23:37, Bruce Ronick, Mike Wolf in 23:38, and nice mention from an old friend of ours, 9th place, Ty Draney, 26:18.
That's a hard course.
It is, and you wonder how Ty went into it, right, fitness-wise, but if
Yeah.
he's pulling a 26:18, it tells you that course is pretty legit.
That course
right?
is hard. We know it's hard.
Yeah, we know the area and part of the course for sure, so that's crazy. Then we got the 50-miler there at Scout Mountain. Leah Handelman, 9:57. Emily Walker, 10:38. Lisa Hall, 10:43. And on the men's side, Joshua Reddish, 8:23. Jeff Warner, I'm guessing, 9 flat. Michael Moore, 9:19. And Old Power Stash came in at 9:20.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, good for him.
Minute off third. And there's some other races up there. The Squaw Peak results for the 50-miler, the ones didn't have up yet. So Bozung needs to get his stuff together.
He'll never get his stuff together.
Because
that's his MO.
That's a lot of our local people are there running that race and had some good, we had Brad Sween running. We had, obviously, Preston Wood had a good time, but I don't know. I probably could have dove a little deeper to find some winning times and places and stuff. But
there's other stuff to do. Yeah,
it's been a busy week, so we didn't get that one. But there was also the Bryce 100, the Bryce races this weekend. The Bryce 100 on the women's side, Rachel Buckland, 25:26. And then listen to the second place, Lacey Stevens, 29. That's like a 3.5, almost a 4-hour difference between first and second.
That's huge.
So my question goes to this, and this has happened a few times. When you're that far out in first, do you go hard to get like a better time, or do you just say, I got first wrapped up?
I don't know, man. It depends on your mindset for that day.
Because you got to figure almost a 4-hour win.
I think you're at the end of the 100. You're like, I just want to get this done.
Right. I mean, that's just insane, that big a difference. Kaylee Ferguson, 29:16. On the men's side, Buck Blankenship won in 19:15, and he won by 3 hours.
Right.
Brian Whelan, 22, and then Jason Wright, 23:25. Women's 50, Caitlin Muldoon, 9:41. Aubrey Hurd, 9:49. Christina Bauer, 10. So that was close there. On the men's side, Zach Marion, who we've had on the show, 8:28. Second, Daniel Gardner, 8:31. Another local guy up in Logan, Cody Draper, 8:57. So, and the last one here on the 50K, women, Margaret Knight, 6:39. Darcy Murphy, 6:46. Jane Moss, 6:48. And on the men's side, listen to this, Rob Krar pulls another win.
Oh, good.
4:45, followed by Levi Hawks, Hayden's little brother, 5:23.
Oh, that's a big gap.
15, so you're looking at almost 40 minutes.
Yeah, that's
pretty
a huge
close.
Gap.
That is for a 50K.
Yeah, it is.
And then Francisco Patino, 5:47. So just a few races. We know there are a lot more. There was one in Madera. There was a Sky Race.
The Run the Red was this past weekend.
Yeah, Run the Red that we've been promoting, talking about, and looks like there was, from people that listen to the podcast or posting their results from that race. So that's cool to see, and we'd, like to see. I like doing that, I think, on just to see who's racing for the weekend. There's a lot of people racing. I was blown away by all the comments. I'm doing this race. I'm doing this race. It really is. It's game on now, for sure. And that brings up our next part of the show we talked about. Western States 100.
Getting closer.
It's June 23rd. So we're going to start the contest today.
All right.
So you have to comment, okay, and this is how I log them, and we've done this every year on our website.
Okay.
Because that way we get a notification that someone's done it.
Right.
I can go in and build my little spreadsheet. Right. So you just need to comment, and we'll do it on every Thursday. So you only got a couple weeks though. So on our website at trailmanners.com, when you find Singletrack Session number 92, here's what the contest entails. Okay. You need to put your top 5 men and your top 5 women.
Right.
And then on top of that, there's another side contest.
Okay.
So we're going to have 2 running.
Right.
So we got lots of prizes. We got some Coco Nino Cowboys.
Right.
Signed some squirrel nut butter plus their poster.
Right.
We'll have some Trail Manor swag, and we'll throw in some random bits and pieces here. So it'll be 2 different contests. So first one, top 5 men, top 5 women.
Right.
The second contest is you predict the winning time for the men and winning time for the women.
That's a good idea.
So there's going to be 2 contests. So again, top 5 of each, and then winning times of each.
Right. So
Closest
it's only going to go
guesses.
the next 2 weeks, right?
Correct. So
Okay.
The deadline entries we need to have by June 20th
Okay.
of 2018, those
Right.
that are a year behind. And again, just post right now on Singletrack Session 92 on our website, trailmanners.com, and this can happen. And listen, these are just some of the names I pulled, just to give people that haven't looked at the list or maybe got into it yet. On the women's side, here's some names, barring injury, barring last-minute scratches. Casey Lichtig, Eliza Lapierre, Camille Herron, Stephanie Howe-Violet, Courtney DeWalter, Amanda Basham, Pam Smith, Lucy Bartholomew. That's to name a few.
Right.
Right? The men's side's a little bit deeper.
Yes.
And, again, to name a few. Francois, Cody Reed, Mario Mendoza, a guy by the name of Jim Walmsley, Tim Frericks, Jared Hazen, Eric Sensman, Kyle Pateri, Zach Bittner, Lon Freeman, Bob Shebest, Ian Sharman, Mark Hammond, Jeff Browning, Carl Meltzer, Jesse Haynes, Andrew Miller, and sleepers Preston Wood and Brandon Days.
Oh, Andrew Miller. I keep forgetting that he got in there.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is like I didn't even go through the entire list.
Man.
But and there's names on there we don't know.
I know.
But that's going to be good.
Yeah.
Me and Joel will throw out our top 5 next week.
Let's see, the 23rd.
Yep.
It's the weekend after Logan Peak.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
I got
So-
nothing to do that weekend except for run.
Yeah.
And come home and refresh.
Refresh. It's going to be awesome. So, yeah, don't forget the contest. We're going to have some big prizes. We always do. Next contest will probably be the Hard Rock one
Right.
a few weeks after that. But, yeah, Western States 100 contest. Again, top 5 men, top 5 women, and then winning times for each. And that one's going to be fun to see what comes through.
Right.
But, yeah, we'll make sure we get a good package put together for winning that one. Because I got an email this week because I've kind of been playing around with the Coco Nino Cowboys.
Right.
We call them cappuccino because of the kind of thing. I
Right.
say cocacino.
Cocacino.
I feel like chino pants.
Yeah.
But it is Coco Nino.
Yeah, Coco Nino.
So, and I'll move forward. I'll definitely be saying Coco Nino because
Yeah.
I don't want to offend anybody.
No.
And we've been having fun with cocacino,
Right.
cappuccino. And there'll be more fun ones, but it is Coco Nino. They've got their own line.
They do.
And I still like the shirt that says Cowboys against everybody.
Yep.
Or versus everybody. I still think that's kind of funny. But good luck to everybody with that, and enjoy it. We're going to take a quick little side note here. And I didn't know about this, but I'm going for it. Just today, actually, this is Thursday is when we're recording this. That's why it came out a little bit later. Our mics really didn't melt, and I really wasn't looking for shorter shorts. No one wants to see that. But we did have a passing of a local runner,
Right.
just yesterday. It was and it's a touchy subject. I know some people are gun shy. It was a suicide from a local runner, and I just want to say our condolences out to their family. He was a runner. He supported and listened to the podcast.
Yeah.
He had some gear.
Mm-hmm.
Very involved in our local running.
For sure.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? You saw him everywhere, friends everywhere, and just seeing some people commenting through social media is just this guy would go out of his way, take the shirt off his back to help you.
Right.
Super nice individual. So we just, struggles are real. Life is real. And we definitely want on our show to let people know if you do have to talk to anybody, if there's anything in your life, don't be afraid to reach out at 1-800-273-TALK, which is 8255. It's to talk to somebody if you're ever having those days. We all have struggles, some more than others, but it's just you can make a difference in people's lives by talking to them. Hopefully seeing some warning signs if possible. You can even reach out to us. My goodness, just reach out to somebody to talk things over. And again, our hearts go out to their family, and it's just a sad situation. And there's help out there. And so if you're listening to this podcast, know that you're loved and help is out there. And just talk to somebody. So we'll kind of leave it there. Right. It's just a sad day in our area. And this month, we're going to be talking about something that's pretty cool.
What's that?
U.S. Trail Running Conference.
Ooh.
So
Where's that at now?
So, yeah, it's the last 6 years. No, the last 5 years, it's been in Estes Park.
Right.
You know, near the Red Rum Hotel, Stanley Hotel.
Oh, that place is scary.
It
man.
is, right?
I don't like that place.
Cool location. I've always wanted to get out there to it, but the timing was never right.
It's like a Wasatch weekend or something
Yeah,
like that.
and this weekend, or this year, it's in August. It's the 29th through 31st. And this year they've moved it to San Luis Obispo, California.
That place looks cool.
So it's super rad. And the theme this year, I've been talking to them, Terry, over at the U.S. Trail Running Conference, and the theme is creating opportunities.
Okay.
So they're talking about inner city children, minorities, people that's not, you know, you see a lot of, it's the white male type. They're looking for opportunities to help the sport grow through other channels.
Right.
So that's kind of what their thing is this year. It's for race directors, and there's also for trail runners.
Right.
They have a lot of cool speakers this year. Stephen Anderholt from Ragnar, Tia Boddington from Miwok, Chrissy Mell, one of our favorites, is going to be there talking, Amy Ruzicki from Vermont 100, Luis Escobar.
Oh, that's
He'll be there.
Old school name.
Right. He'll be there. Megan Jansen will be there from Trail Runner Magazine, Sam Pruitt, and Emily and Ian Torrance will be there. So
nice.
A couple of the guest speakers. So great speakers. Lots of exhibitors are going to be there from Adidas, Ultra, Head Sweats on down. But the focus is for trail race directors on expanding race registrations using technology, tapping into new running markets. And that's where they talk about this more diverse thing. And you can register for single and multi-days. And if you go, you also get 25% off the SLO, which is San Luis Obispo Ultras, which take place on this following Saturday, which is why you're there. And they got a 50K, like 50 mile. They got a bunch of different race distances, half marathon, 5K, plus a kids race. Everybody's invited to come. It's ustrailrunningconference.com, and they do have, I think, the last day for trail runners.
Yeah.
They got all kinds of stuff going on, but it's just a unique opportunity to connect and network with other race directors and trail runners, which is super cool. So we'll be talking about that this month. We're also probably going to have a show with Terry Chiplin, who is one of the people that founded and heads this thing up. He's in Yellowstone right now.
Is he?
Yeah, making his way from California to Yellowstone, then back to Estes Park.
Gotcha.
So we'll catch up with him and talk to him a little bit about it. But check it out, ustrailrunningconference.com, San Luis Obispo. Pretty area.
It is a pretty area.
Really nice. It's there at the golf course, so we'll have more information as we get closer on that. Other events coming up, of course, the Nordic Valley 7K, December 15th.
Dude, I can't believe you were talking about that already.
Snow. I'm thinking snow because it's so damn hot.
I was working on Garth yesterday.
Okay.
Garth Harris. I was doing some stretch therapy with him, and he goes, I really want to do that race again. He goes, I loved it because it snowed. And I said, well, we'll order that for you. I can't guarantee it, right?
We'll do some dances.
Yeah, exactly. But he really enjoyed that race.
It's weird because I talked to a lot of people that did, and for us, it was, it was different time of year, but we were super unsure how it was going to work. If people would accept it or like it.
Yeah, because it's a snow course.
It's a snow course, and it's on a ski hill.
Right.
But, yeah, I've had people talk to me about it. We sold out last year, so, I don't know, it'll be fun.
People are psyched about that canyon, that Pine Creek
that's
canyon.
really pretty back there.
That thing is so awesome.
And those of you that, run there this time of year, too.
Oh, it's the best.
It's so pretty up there with different ferns and stuff.
Super lush back
It's really
there.
nice. Also, early, I got the Ogden Trail Running Festival for 2019 is May 3rd and 4th.
Right.
So mark your calendars. No trips to other countries. And make sure you're ready to go. And then, as we've talked about before, hold on. Let me go backwards. So yesterday, the Solomon Run Club, what was it, Utah edition, or what is it, Northern Utah? What's the... that Stephanie Gardner puts on. So we're part of the Facebook page. And so Stephanie does such a great job.
Utah Salmon Run Club, something like that.
And she does such a great job of getting people out, organizing runs, getting people to meet. So there's a mix to it that Joel helped organize for Wednesday, which was yesterday.
Right.
So our guy, Nate Graven, he has some people coming directly from school. Yeah. Like you might say school, like Weber State University.
Yeah.
Doing massage therapy, and so he does this Wednesday night. It was like $15.
Yeah, I thought it was only going to be for 20 minutes.
Oh, it wasn't. I thought it was
like a solid hour.
Yeah, mine was like I had to go somewhere after. Yeah. But he just kept going. I'm like, work it, bro.
Yeah. They all were going for an hour. It was like, whoa, you guys are getting huge Benny here.
So I went in and I scheduled an appointment with you first at 4:30. And for those of you, here's my disclaimer. I'm built like a Tonka truck. I am not flexible. I am not limber. I can touch my toes on good days.
Right.
But I'm the furthest from stretching.
Right.
And so Joel had me on this table, and there was things stretching that I didn't know were there. Like I couldn't figure out if it was supposed to be there or if it's just a bunch of scar tissue that built up and made its own ligament.
Gotcha.
But man, that was amazing. Seriously.
Glad to hear that.
And I'm saying that because Joel's my friend and he's here, but
I didn't ask him to say this.
He did not at all.
Yeah.
And I even went to a soccer game last night and talked to our friend Steve and Misty. And the first thing when I saw him, like, oh my gosh, you guys have to get in to see Joel. Like
good.
I've never had, and I told you that, I'm like, I've never been stretched before ever.
It's almost hard to describe it in a way.
It totally is because I didn't know what it was when you said I'm doing this.
I'm
like,
still
okay.
struggling to describe it to people. Right? You almost like just get on the table.
Well, I told Misty, it's like, I said, and I always mess up my words if you haven't ever noticed this on the show. It's myofascial, right? Type of stretching.
Yeah, it is.
What's the technical term for it?
It's fascial stretch therapy.
Okay, I've told somebody it's myofascial.
Exactly. That's why I've stopped saying fascial because it's just going to be a hiccup.
Joel's an esthetician.
Yeah, exactly. So it's stretch therapy in my book right now.
It's crazy. Like some of the stuff you were doing at first when you're like, "Okay, do this," and you're kind of moving me a little. I'm like, what's this? And then you get to, I'm like, oh, okay, I can feel that.
Exactly.
I can breathe now.
You got to ease into it, and you just kind of stay in that position, and you breathe into it, and you just let that tissue kind of melt. Is the best way to describe it.
And that was hard for me a couple times because I was holding my breath, and I was trying to I was like, okay, but one time I know I kind of took I'm like, and all of a sudden, I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah, it's cool.
But it's super cool. And if you're local, man,
we're going to do it again next week.
It's unbelievable. It really is. Like, how often could you technically do that stretching thing to be is it something if you do too much, it could be not good for you if you're a runner? Really? It's like a once a week thing or once every 2 weeks?
Unless you're really, really mobile. If you're super mobile, you don't need to do it.
Yeah.
Right? But most guys are going to benefit from this.
Okay.
Yeah, unless you're a former gymnast, right?
I did take gymnastics in college.
Yes. So I think the best way to look at this is you're going to do 3 sessions, like 3 full sessions, and after that you're put on a maintenance program.
So what's a full session? An hour? Okay.
An hour, yeah.
So when you say full sessions, what's a maintenance program after that?
The maintenance program is just a half hour.
Okay.
I'm just going right to those target areas we know what you need to work on.
All right.
For sure. And then the maintenance would be twice a month.
Okay.
So you get an hour a month, but you split it up half hour.
Okay.
So you go every 2 weeks.
So in your expertise, after working me yesterday, where are my areas that need that?
So
from my neck to my toes?
So the adductors to the inside of your thighs, right? Super tight. Your quads, hip flexors,
if you couldn't see Joel's face, his eyes kind of like your quads.
Your quads, too. I mean, yeah. And hips.
Okay, because that's all the hitter ones. So,
and we didn't even get into your shoulders.
No, and in fact, you and Nate tag teamed me and got me in some crazy stretch, and I fell in December and hurt my shoulder and haven't been to a doctor, and it's been killing me. And they did something yesterday, and I have more range of motion in that shoulder more than I've had since December, and it doesn't hurt wasn't like it hurt me to get the range of motion. It's like the stuff made some weird things go on,
right?
But holy cow, man. That was incredible. And then right after, I jumped on a table.
I know.
And I walked out of there like the show. I can't think of his name. He's from Japan.
Oh, yeah. I struggle with his
name. Shishimo or whatever his name. He was amazing, and he got after it.
Yeah, I'm going to butcher his name. I'm not even going to try.
And I got it 3 times.
Yeah.
But he got into my quads, man.
Did he? Good.
Like, big time. Like, he's like, is that okay? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, can I move your shorts up more? I'm like, just give me your last name so we're already down. Then I feel comfortable here. But it was awesome. So, especially if you're in the area, I cannot recommend the stretching thing enough. Like, I absolutely want to get back up on the table because I can just see the benefits. The whole time I'm sitting there, I'm like, this is such another tool.
It is.
Right? Because my back has been tightening up more since my Bellingham trip.
Right.
And it's when I run, if I stretch my quads, it seems to loosen up a little bit.
Right.
And now it makes more sense. It's, and I've been to Nate. He's like, yeah, your quads are doing this. It's pulling your hip.
Yeah.
Doing this. And, it's amazing, though. So I had to go backwards to make sure people understood that. And I know other people jumped on the table, too.
They did. I saw 6 people yesterday in that 3-hour time period.
Wow.
So
that's a
good.
lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. But, that was a lot of fun. So
We got one more week of it. I thought we were going to go all the way through the month, but it turns out that those Weaver State students are only going to be here for one more week.
So next Wednesday?
Yeah,
I'm going in, man. I'm going in.
And then I'll try to figure out something to keep servicing our runners somehow. Yeah,
we'll work with somebody local, huh?
Yeah.
See if we can get in somewhere. Yeah, it was awesome. So I absolutely recommend you reaching out for whoever you are, man. Yeah. It's not just for runners.
Gosh, if you're just traveling through the area and you want to jump on the table, let me know.
Table's awesome. Mm-hmm. It keeps you strapped in. It is comfy. It is pretty, and it's portable, so it makes it nice. So anyway, check that out. And then, so from now for the next month, I'm adding a segment. It's World Cup. And I'm sorry, but that's who I am, and this is one of my favorite times every 4 years.
Right.
So from June 14th for the next month.
Oh man, it's coming up.
I'll be recording, watching games. Mm-hmm. Nonstop.
Right.
So I got to figure out how not to gain even more weight by doing that. But we're going to talk about it every week. I'm going to throw out my early picks. It starts June 17th or June 14th, which is 1 week from today.
So who are your final two?
Right now, my picks are France, Germany.
Wow.
And the reason France is funny. They've got an incredible. Their team they left home could beat a majority of the teams in the cup, right? I mean, that's just a player for player.
How deep they are.
It just depends on if they can frickin' play together.
Gotcha.
That's always been the problem with France.
True, good point.
Like they had the golden years, and they were close to the years they had Zidane and company. They just killed everybody.
Right.
And then after that happened, they still had a great core, but they just couldn't come together. I think I don't know what it is. Germany, they're just a machine.
They are.
Most of the time. And again, they've left some people home that surprised me.
Oh.
I was really shocked by a couple, because I've been supporting Germany since like the 80s. Lothar Matthäus has been my guy.
That was awesome back then.
Oh, they short shorts, they just crush people.
Yes.
Like
you play Holland.
Oh, those are the best matches. Ruud van Nistelrooy.
That's right.
And Mark Overmars and everybody, Patrick Kluivert. But so I'm going with France and Germany are my top picks right now. Yeah. And again, things change depending on injuries, because there's injuries already.
Yeah.
Kind of my middle team to really keep an eye out for, that I
Who's
think can make some. This isn't my sleeper because it's not. People know who they are if you follow soccer. Belgium.
Okay.
They've got some players, man.
Yeah.
And they've got a good group, and it just really depends the same thing if they can pull together. I think that's the hardest part with the World Cup is because you play against each other.
Right.
And even a guy from England came out when their golden years had Beckham and everything. He's like, I never talked to my teammates because I played against them.
Right.
And they just didn't
get
together.
Gel.
Yeah, so them, and then my sleeper pick, if you had asked me 2 weeks ago, was Egypt. But their best player got hurt. And so he's not going to be available.
So whatever came out of that, did he really legitimately hurt his shoulder?
Oh, yeah.
Like separated AC, broken collarbone. What happened?
Nothing broke. I think it was some type of tissue thing.
Gotcha.
But they play. It was funny too because Belgium and Egypt just played, and Belgium beat them 3-0.
Gotcha.
But they were all saying it would have been a totally different game with Salah there.
Of course.
So that was my sleeper heading into it. So next week I'll have more info once I dive deep. I haven't.
Gotcha.
They just announced the rosters, so I have to look a little bit closer.
Gotcha.
But what I'm going to do next week is I'm going to come out with who's coming out of each group.
Okay.
So that'll be different. So there's 4 in each group, and I'm going to say who's coming out of each group. That's going to be my next picks. And I'd love to hear your guys' comments, too, and gals out there, because it's just a fun time of year. This is funner for me than March Madness, which is yearly, obviously, which is my favorite thing. So this will be fun. Let's see what we're getting into. So real quick, let's go ahead and do our Strava, and then Joel will announce this week's Woody Footy since it's his turn. And I'm glad it's your turn because there was some stellar performers this week,
usual.
and they just keep rolling in too.
Yeah.
It's not like people post on one day now; they stream in. So this week's Strava group. Distance, Wanderley Rice, 153.5. So he beat my month of April and May. Run time, I'm going on this first name with Arzy, A-R-Z-Y. But if you look on Strava, it's got some umlauts, some dashes, some weird characters. Arzy, Herr, H-E-R-R, 39 hours, 14 minutes. And get the vert, here we go, Jimmy Elam.
Ooh.
33,
oh my gosh,
562.
That's a lot.
So yeah, you crushed my April and May.
And
June,
March.
July. No, this month we've been getting a little. We got mailings a couple times. Yeah, so that's the Strava week. Now we're going to get with Joel. So, again, this is the Woody Footy competition. Best photo posted on Sunday. Where'd your feet take you? Sign Garage sponsors that, Elizabeth and Nate, and they are cooking hot right now with everything going on. They're just so busy. They had to close their shop yesterday because they were both stuck in printing.
Oh, man.
So that's how much work they've got going on. I wish they'd just hire me, and we could make problems. I could just work the cash register.
There you go.
But yeah, so Sign Garage on 25th Street, they're our sponsor for this. All year long, we have, I don't know, probably 20 hats left, close to it. We have a few people that haven't claimed theirs.
Oh.
And I'm leaving it wide open,
right?
And if you don't get a hold of us, if they're gone, they're gone. But this week's winner, Joel, why don't you give us an idea who won this week?
It's a local guy.
Uh-oh.
He's been trying hard.
Uh-oh.
For a month now. Jason Child.
Jason Child? What was his photo of?
He was on the Bonneville Shoreline Trail. It looked like he was taking it at nighttime, like when the sun's setting.
Nice. Yeah. There's such good views up there for sunsets.
Yes.
And storms and sunsets are pretty much hard to beat up there.
Paige Farnham was second. I think she's won already.
Okay.
When they were crossing the Scout Mountain
finish
line, I was going to donate my hat to her.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So I might have to go back and check that one out.
I think she's won in the past already, but
nice.
She was my second place.
Nice.
Yeah.
One picture that didn't make it, and I can't remember off the top of my head because it's all based on Instagram photos, pretty much, that I saw. Trill to Awesome. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, and I should, so I absolutely 100% apologize. I'm horrible with names. Anybody will tell you. Finishing the Squaw Peak race this last weekend, someone got an amazing photo of her facial expression, and it was unmatched. Like, if that was me, I don't have pictures of myself pretty much anywhere.
Right.
Like, I don't even do selfies, really.
Yeah.
That would go on my wall if that was me. That was such a great photo with the emotion. So that was amazing. So, anyway. Well, this week, we did not, 2 weeks in a row, we did not have an Ask Trail Manners question. Ooh. So I think everybody's got it figured out.
I like to hear that.
I do, too. So there's no Ask Trail Manners question. I did enjoy a little article, and I've seen two within the last 4 days on tapering. So I shared one, but someone just wrote another one about their process, steps to follow for tapering. And I read through it. It wasn't
Step one, keep
don't.
running.
That wasn't what it was, but it wasn't any groundbreaking stuff, right? I mean, on tapering. But I crack up, though, and again, this is us, but I crack up at seeing everybody talk about their moods.
Oh, how
grouchy and grumpy and everything they are, which is kind of funny. And don't get me wrong, I understand the tapering thing. It totally makes sense.
You get it. But why do it?
But it just cracks me up. It's like, hey, we do this to have fun. So you're heading into a race, and now you're nervous and cranky.
And miserable and just a bundle of nerves. Yeah. Because everything hurts.
Yeah. And again, we're waiting for our test results from some major universities around the country on tapering up. But it does take years.
It does.
To collect this data from different people. Focus groups, everything else. So we'll release that in years to come. But I think we're kind of groundbreaking.
I'd say so.
We're on to something, and those of you that have used it know what I'm talking about. Those of you that have tried it and it didn't work out, you probably didn't do it correctly.
No, you tapered. You tapered.
You did. Yeah, you still tapered. So
you went the old school way and you tried to taper.
It scared you.
It did.
You got close and you're like, I better back it down.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work that way.
But yeah, it was pretty interesting to read these two articles and then just tons of comments. And I would just throw, I don't know what groups they were in, probably ultra runner and trail and ultra running or something. I'd always say just hashtag taper up and just leave it and leave it to see what happens.
Exactly.
And it's funny too because you'd see some likes on it, and it was from our listeners,
of course,
like names I recognize. So there's probably people looking at me. What is he talking about? Get a haircut?
Oh, yeah.
Taper my hair? Yeah. What was he talking about?
Some steps.
Yeah, some steps in the side of your head.
Oh, yeah.
But it was pretty funny. Kind of got a kick out of seeing those. What was the other? There was something else we were going to touch base on real quick. Oh, we did, and I want to thank some individuals, not by name because I don't know if that's appropriate, but we did have some donations last week.
Because our button works.
Yeah, because we never talk about it.
Right.
And that's just how we roll. We just don't. It's there, and we just forget about it. But we did have some people come in and donate to Trail Manners, and I just want to say, without naming names, you'd obviously know who you are, but thank you so much. You honestly have no idea how much we appreciate it.
I know.
We have one person that keeps doing it once a month on a monetary value. how we set that up, probably through PayPal.
I think so.
But yeah, seriously, we cannot thank you enough. Like, even if you think, oh, that's not very much or whatever, there's nothing that helps. Yeah, it helps so much, and we would be way ahead of ourselves, and if we didn't say thank you to everybody that does that for us. So races this year. I went ahead and let people know because of situations that have been going on and training. I'm not doing the Beaverhead 100K.
Oh, yeah.
I am doing the 55K.
Yes.
Which is bittersweet.
Mm-hmm.
But there's reasons for it. Not just the training aspect, but I just have such a big month,
right?
Going on before and after.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen the first part of the course, which is no excuse, but I really want to see that back half.
Yeah, the first part's pretty sweet.
Yeah, so I really want to see the back half. And I'm taking my daughter up. She's 13, and I don't want to be gone for like 20 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Because she's going to be
7.
bored.
Yeah, exactly.
More bored than normal.
Yeah. And
it's kind of our trip. It's kind of my birthday weekend.
Right.
So that's the other reason. It was thought long and hard, and the smart decision, which is something I'm rarely noted for.
Gotcha.
We did it. So I'm down to the 55K, but I'll still be there, and I'm still looking forward to seeing people out there. So right now, I'm going to throw down my schedule a little bit, just because if you're out there and you're doing some of these, I want to see you. Mm-hmm. We're both doing Park City, Twisted Fork, 60K-ish at the end of June. That'll beat me down. So those of you that are running, just wait for me to say hi after I finish.
Save us some popsicles.
Yeah, because I'll be last or close. So we got that one, and then 2 weeks later is the Beaverhead race, 55K. Mm-hmm. Right from Beaverhead, I'm home for 3 days. I'm heading out to Hard Rock, hopefully, if the fires stand by. Right. Because I guess they're getting pretty gnarly. So I'm gonna, they're getting bad down there. So I'll be down in Silverton camping and hanging out. I will not be racing. I'll be hanging out, but I'm going to be doing some running. Yeah. The following weekend, I believe, if I'm right, I am right. The following weekend, right? Yeah, is Palisades. Yes. So I'll be doing the marathon there. So I'd love to see people to that one, and I know there's a lot of Trail Manners listeners to that one.
I think that'd be a good one to go to.
And I'll be camping, and I'll be there by myself, so I'll be hanging out. And then the next weekend,
Vaquero,
I'll be volunteering.
Right.
I will not be racing. Yeah. For the first time in a while. Then the following weekend is the Ute 100. Yes. That we'll be racing. Yes. And then we have some downtime.
Recovery time.
Yeah, and then I think I really believe my one after that is the Bear. So that's a little over a month after. Right. But between that, I'd like to do some Tetons. Yeah. I've got a trip to Colorado for 2 nights of Dave Matthews Band.
There you go.
And a big shout out. His new album releases tomorrow, which is Friday. I've been waiting years for this. Better be good, Dave. But yeah, so busy summer is basically what it is. Yeah. Outdoor retailers just pinned in between Hard Rock and Palisades in Denver. Yeah. Just gotta.
I'm not going. Are you going?
I think so. I'll be in Hard Rock, and I think I'll just drive up. I mean, it's a long way, obviously.
That is a long way.
But I have a sister in the Springs. Probably say hi to her.
There you go.
Drive to Denver if I can find a place to live there, sleep, Scott Jaime. Stay in Denver to go to outdoor, because we got an email from a sunglass company
we did.
that wants to meet with us, and I would do that if I'm there. And then, come home, stay for a few days, and then up to Palisades.
That's a busy summer.
It is. It's going to be a really busy summer, and I've also got, fun stuff planned in between, with family. My daughter, we're going to RSL games, we're going camping.
Right.
Week before the Bear, I think we'll be at Tony's Grove.
Nice.
Nope, I'd lie. August will be at Tony's Grove. Okay. But yeah, there's just a lot going on. But yeah, if you're any of those races, let me know. I'd love to see somebody share a beverage or cheese curd with you. And share cheese curds, we're not going to bite the same one. That's not how that works. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And then your schedule is probably pretty similar.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same. I won't be at Palisades
or Beaverhead. Yeah, so July will be a little different.
Yeah, I got a week where my family's going to be gone in July, so. I was going to try to sneak up to the Tetons, but I got that puppy, so messes everything up.
Yeah, you got to babysit.
I got to babysit, basically.
You got to get him sleeping normal.
He sleeps really good. It's just he gets up in the middle of the night, he's got to pee, and then he doesn't want to go back to sleep.
Gotcha.
And somebody's got to stay up with him.
Well, from running, just put him in a vest and bring him with us.
Yeah,
Strap him in a vest on your back and let him chew on your ears.
Oh, my gosh. He's got such sharp teeth right now.
Those puppies are gnarly, huh? Yeah. That's no bueno. It's fun, though.
It is fun.
Do you like puppy breath?
He hasn't had puppy breath
really?
So far. Yeah, okay. He smells like sweetness.
It smells like sweetness. Cause I talk to some people I love puppy breath. And other people, oh, my God, it's so nasty.
Yeah, no. He's a sweet-smelling little fella.
That's good.
Yeah.
That never hurts. All right, well, I think that's it for this week. Don't forget to enter the contest. Talk to me about the World Cup, what your thoughts are. We have our Western States contest. Send us some Ask Trail Manners questions. And if you're going to be anywhere in any of those races, let us know. We do have some event pages. If you look for those on the Trail Manners, we do have event pages for the Palisades, Beaverhead, El Vaquero, and the Bear.
Yes.
To make comments if you are camping, if you're looking for a place to stay, if you just want to meet up for a burger.
Or if you need information about the course.
Exactly.
Right.
Hit us up on that one. We're sure looking forward to meeting everybody. Thanks again for people that donated, and please, everybody, just be aware if you're having problems, if you're having struggles, you're not alone out there, and we just hope that you can reach out to somebody, anybody, any of your friends, or again, you can always call the 800 number that we talked about earlier on the podcast, 1-800, I'm going to find it, It's here, 1-800-273-8255 or talk. So this is Eric and Joel. This is Single Track Session 92, and we are out.